July of the year 64 AD, the greatest city on earth caught fire. For 6 days and 7 nights, flames consumed Rome. Homes collapsed, temples vanished, entire districts disappeared. And at the center of the empire stood one man, Emperor Nero, Claudius Caesar, Augustus, Germanicus, according to ancient historians. While Rome burned, the most powerful man alive was not fighting the fire. He was watching. Rome in the 1st century was a city built for disaster. Narrow streets, crowded wooden apartments, called insulae. Open flames everywhere, lamps, kitchens, workshops. On the night of July 1864 AD, fire broke out near the Circus Maximus, between the Palatine and Cillian hills. This area was packed with shops selling flammable goods. A strong wind pushed the flames forward. There was no organized fire brigade capable of stopping it. The historian Tacitus, writing about 50 years later, described panic, confusion, and chaos. People fled carrying children, parents, and whatever they could hold. Some were trapped. Some were crushed. The fire spread rapidly. Out of Rome's 14 districts, 3 were completely destroyed, 7 were severely damaged, and only 4 survived mostly intact. Where was Nero? At the moment the fire began, Nero was not in Rome. He was in Antium, his birthplace, about 50 kilometers away. Tacitus reports that Nero returned quickly once he learned of the disaster. He opened the Campus Martis and his own gardens to shelter the homeless. He ordered food brought in from nearby towns and lowered grain prices. These facts are recorded, are not disputed, but rumors spread faster than flames. The accusation. Many Romans believed the fire was no accident. Why? Because Nero had long dreamed of rebuilding Rome, according to his own artistic vision. Wide streets, grand palaces, monuments bearing his name. Ancient writers Suetonius and Cassius Dio both claim that Nero watched the fire from a tower and sang about the fall of Troy while the city burned. Important detail: the famous image of Nero fiddling is false. The violin did not exist. If Nero performed, it would have been on a lyre, a Greek stringed instrument. Tacitus, the most reliable source, is cautious. He says this story was a rumor, not proven fact. But perception mattered more than truth. A city rebuilt and a palace rises. After the fire, Nero launched massive reconstruction. New building codes were introduced. Wider streets, limits on wooden structures, more use of stone. These reforms genuinely reduced future fire risk. But then came the symbol that enraged Rome. Nero built the Domus Aurea, the Golden House, a vast palace complex stretching across central Rome. It included artificial lakes, gardens, and halls covered in gold leaf. Land used had once been packed with homes. Now, it was Nero's private paradise. The public fury intensified. Scapegoats, the Christians. To deflect blame, Nero accused a small religious group already unpopular in Rome, the Christians. Tacitus records the first state-sponsored persecution of Christians here. They were arrested, tortured, and executed. Some were crucified. Others were burned alive as human torches in Nero's gardens. This is one of the earliest non-Christian historical references to the execution of Christians. It did not restore Nero's reputation, it fall of Nero. Over the next 4 years, Nero's rule collapsed. Heavy taxation, political executions, military revolts in Gaul and Hispania. In 68 AD, the Senate declared Nero a public enemy. Abandoned by the Praetorian Guard, Nero fled Rome, facing capture. He committed suicide on June 9, 68 AD, out at the age of 30. His reported final words, "Qualis artifex perio," what an artist dies in me. Did Nero really watch Rome burn? The honest answer from history is this: we cannot prove he ordered the fire. We cannot prove he sang while it raged. But we can prove something more powerful. Nero lost Rome not because of flames, but because no one trusted him anymore. In history, perception can destroy an emperor faster than fire ever could. Rome burned once in 64 AD, but Nero's name has been burning for nearly 2,000 years.